Welcome to Brent Primus to MMA Oddsbreaker today. The 30-year-old is 6-0 over in Bellator. It's pretty much say you've been wrecking fools except for Derek Anderson, your last fight, which was a split decision win. But
Yeah.
everybody else you pretty much beat the crap out of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
submission, TKO, decision. So
Yeah.
not a bad record so far. You're in that weird spot right now. At the time of this interview, you're not sure when your next opponent will be or who it will be. Like I've got a different date than what you've gotten. We still don't know your opponent. So let's take it through this. The date I heard was December 11th. The date you've been told is January 29th. Now those are two different dates. Okay, now probably your date's probably more correct than my date. Let's be honest. I'm getting mine. I'm getting mine. Being curious. Like I'm calling people and asking and hold on this thing and that thing, and so like I'm sure your date's better. But let's just say worst case scenario. We finish this interview, they call you and say, hey, by the way, you need to fight December 11th. It's November, what's today? November 12th? November 10th?
Yeah.
November 11th. It's November 11th today. 11th. So that's 4 weeks out. If my rumor is true, what have you been doing right now? Are you in training camp right now without an opponent? Or are you a gym rat that's always in the gym? Or are you just kind of helping your friends out as they get prepared for fights?
I mean, I'm usually always in the gym, and I'm always in there. If my friends have a fight coming up, I'm always in there helping them out. But I really took 2 months off because I hurt my rib, in that last fight, and it took me out for a while. Like I couldn't twist. I kept on thinking next week, but I really didn't want to pop it again. So I took 2 months off. So the last 2 weeks, I'm just trying to get back into it and started training again and.
Really, if you get a phone call for December 11th, you're like, I can't do it. Like I'm just barely back in. You're giving me 4 weeks to get ready for a fight. I'm undefeated. You can't take a fight on 4-week notice after being out of the gym for 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to. It'd be definitely a very it's a short fight camp for me. But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I just heard January 29th. And I've kept on hearing that. So. That's what I'm going to stick with, but, we'll see. We'll get a call, so.
But still, January 29th, that puts you about 10 days, essentially, from being in training camp anyway.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was actually going to call my manager, Jason House, and talk to him and just kind of see what's going on. And, because my last fight camp, it was like a long fight camp for me. And, I thought I was going to fight in a different date, and then it got scheduled, later on. So it was a long fight camp for me. So I don't want to do that again. So I'm definitely going to, make sure that, I'm fighting and then start my camp. So
okay. So having a longer training camp, that's a lot of grueling. That's a lot of extra punches. It's a lot of extra kicks. Could that have, added, could that be the reason why the rib got hurt is because that training camp was so long, or was the rib just a freak accident? Wouldn't have made a difference?
I think it could be a freak accident. I've never separated the cartilage or my ribs, never torn the cartilage in my ribs, but, a lot of my training partners have, and they're like, man, it just I just twisted and it just popped. And I was like, whoa, and I think that's really what happened to me. I didn't really know what happened in the fight, but I was just thinking to myself, I've heard, my training partners, this is what happened to them. They felt a sharp pain, it popped. And so that's what I kind of felt, in the fight. And, and it kept on slipping out, moving over. So I really wasn't really sure what was going on 100% with it, but it took a while to heal up, and I feel ready now. I'm training right now, and I'm just really waiting on the word so I can just officially start my fight camp and get 100% ready.
But you're going to be in if they don't call you until December 1st. You're still going to be in. You're still going to be in the gym working out. You're still going to be improving your skill and your tactics. Right? You're not just going to be sitting on the couch.
Seriously, when I hurt my rib. That was the longest time I've been out of the gym since I can remember. Since I started, really, I was out. Couldn't do nothing for a month. It took a month off, and really 6 weeks I took 100% off. Didn't do nothing. I couldn't even do pull-ups, and so that was really hard for me to deal with. But usually I pretty much live in the gym. If there's not an injury that's not holding me back, I'm pretty much living in the gym. So I'm definitely getting back in there right now. I just had wrestling class and Nogi just got back from that, but. Yeah, I'm definitely getting into it and just starting to, get ready for my next fight, really.
If you were allowed to pick your opponent, if you were allowed to tell Bellator, hey, this is who I want to fight next, who would it be? And the date's going to be January 29th and not December 11th.
Dang, that's That's a
And
good.
I'm not enticing to try to call somebody out. I'm not looking for that disrespect card or that shit
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
card. I'm just looking for, like, I really like to fight this guy. Like, I think this would be a good matchup for me, or this would be a good fight for me. Like, who do you think would be next in line for you?
Yeah, I don't really want to call anybody out, but I want to fight a guy that's going to get me closer to the belt. I don't want to go back. I want to fight, a decently tough guy that's going to get me that much closer to the belt. That's what I'm here for. I want to get the belt and I want to be the champion, and that's what we're here for. So,
Honest opinion. Say you have 10 weeks to get ready for a fight right now. How would you fare with the champion?
Will Brooks, he's a stud. He's an athlete. He's definitely really he's a stud. I think that, like, with my matchup, like, I think Marcin Hell just fought him, and he almost caught him in a couple things, popped his knee or whatever, like, I think that I think I do good, I think that I could, when I'm healthy, I think I could definitely catch him on his feet standing up, I think I could catch him with a right hand, or, but his wrestling's good, but I really didn't see anything special about his like top game and how he's ground and pound. Like, I think I could catch him. I really do. I think I could catch him either in the stand up or on the ground. I think I could.
Realistically, how many fights away do you think you are before that they give you a guy like Will Brooks or whoever the champ is at that time?
Um, that's a good question. Like each fight, I feel like I'm getting closer, and my confidence getting better. So hopefully, like within 3 fights, 3 fights, or hey, next fight, let's give me the shot for the belt. But no, like, I feel like I'm ready, and like I said, every fight, I'm getting more confident, and so yeah, I'm just getting ready to get there.
You caught you've had like a really easy. Not gonna say easy because none of your fights have been easy, but you've had an easy career. Like, you did 2 low level fights in Midtown Productions and BKB, like in the C leagues, and then you got
Yeah,
brought into Bellator. You submit Scott Thomas in the first round. You submit Brent Glass in the first round. You TKO Chris Jones in the first round, and then you finally have your first, like, the first tough fight, like your toughest fight to date. Your
yeah,
sixth fight where you go with Derek Anderson into a split decision win. Um, you just keep saying your confidence is getting better, and it shows in your fights. It shows that you have a little bit more understanding, a better fighter IQ. You can understand how the fights are going a little bit better. What do you think you need to improve on to even make it better, so that if you get a title shot, you win that title and then keep the belt?
yeah, for sure. There's definitely always things that I feel like I could improve on. Even my grappling, my jiu-jitsu, I feel like there's always things, but I definitely want to work on my wrestling. I've been working on my wrestling a lot right now, and same with my striking. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I really just need to work on everything, really. But I mean, I feel confident in it's kind of hard to say my last fight, it didn't really go like how I wanted to, like, I don't want to sound cocky or nothing, but I felt like I should have finished him in the first round, and just like, I don't want to make excuses, but I think I should have finished it if I was healthy, and my training camp went 100% and everything. But I wouldn't change that for anything. I learned a lot. I've never been to the decision ever before, and after the fight was over, I was so disappointed in myself. I've never, out of all my amateur fights and pro fights, I've never really let the judges decide who was won. And it's just so weird to me, and it was so weird winning and not finishing my opponent. But I know when you fight high level guys, it's going to be harder and harder to finish everybody. But I wish I could have had that one back. I feel like I could have finished that last one.
And that's rightfully so. I mean, if you have 6 fights, you have 5 fights in a row, they're all first round victories, and then you have one fight that's a 3 round victory. You do always think, hey, I'm gonna finish this fight in the first round. That's normal. That's
Yeah.
a normal tactic. Just my observation, my personal observation, watching your fights, you need to spend some more time on your wrestling, obviously, but also too using your wrestling to get to your striking, and
Yeah.
use your wrestling to get to your submission. You use your wrestling only for the takedown, and kind of like, oh, I'm gonna take him down, and then you think about submission after
Yeah.
you've hit the ground. Like, use your takedown to get to the submission, like to have looking for grab a submission on the way down, but also too when they defend you off your shot, come out swinging. That's my personal observation of your fights. But let's be honest, I'm just an old fat guy that sits on the other side of a camera.
No, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But like, it is what it is. I can't wait to show my next fight and be 100% healthy, and be 100% healthy for sure. I can't wait, because I see that fight, and man, I was like, just like breaks my heart seeing how I performed. It really does. Like, every time I've only watched the fight like a couple of times, and I don't really want to see it again. I don't, because I just don't. I'm not happy with how I performed at all. And then one thing that I really think that, you know, in my next fight, I'm gonna be a lot more patient. You know, I was rushing too much stuff. And before that, all my fights, I'm so patient, so calm. But for some reason, like, I don't know if it's ring rust or, you know, what it is, but I was just like wasn't patient. And usually I'm so patient, methodical, and thinking about like 5 steps ahead. And my last fight, I was not there at all.
You know, it wasn't, and most people don't know that. Between Chris Jones and Anderson, it was a year and 5 months that you were off. Like, you fought in March of 14, you didn't fight till August of 15. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time for sure.
Now, how are the finances in between? Because, you know, this is a sport of you fight, you get paid, you lose, you know, you don't fight, you don't make any money. So how do you survive, like, monetarily?
It's, you know, it's hard. You know, I'm trying to do as much privates and teaching as I can, but you know, I fought and I got a good and decent paycheck or whatever. And then my fiance pretty much took it from me because we're getting married, and so that paid that paycheck for our wedding. So back in square one, you know, a little broke right now. But yeah, we're getting married in like, you know, a month or so. So yeah, I can't wait.
When's your wedding date?
We're getting married in December 5th. Yeah.
December 5th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ruins your Christmas too, so you know, because then you have to get an anniversary present, and then you still have to get her a Christmas present. Like, that's just bad. Sure. That's poor planning, Brent. What are you thinking about?
Well, we're actually gonna get married in like February 1st or January 29th or something like that, you know. But then they said, hey, you're fighting January 29th, and I told my fiance, and she's like, oh my god. So we kind of like switched everything. So hopefully it's January 29th because we switched our wedding, you know. So
yeah, if they move you to December 11th, be like, dude, like, I'm gonna be on my, you know, I'm honeymoon and stuff. Like, what are you doing to me? So
yeah, exactly.
All right, Brent. Thanks so much for coming on MMA Oddsbreaker. I appreciate it. Have a good. We're gonna talk again once they make the announcement of your next fight. We'll talk again and we'll kind of rehash this a little bit of what it was like and trying to get prepped, and of course by then you should be married. So we'll also talk about how the wedding night went and how the honeymoon went. I better hear some good stories.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, Brent. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, thank you, man.